Welcome back. Today we're talking about logical statements in Microsoft Excel application and also about calculation of body mass index in Microsoft Excel application. So, for example, we have a table like this. And we have some parameters for each person, for each record we have. For example, we have information about gender, mass, height, and so on. Let's consider, just hypothetically, we need some suggestions about nutrition depending on gender, for example. What we should do? We can use some logical statement. Let's consider. We can say, for example, if gender of our person is male, we can recommend for this person, for example, iron. In another case, for example, if our person's gender is female, we can recommend calcium, just for example. So, what we have to do? We can use some built-in formula. For example, if as you can see, we have pop-up help, and our function if require at least 3 arguments. Logical test, for example, it could be if value is m. In this case, if it's true, we can specify some output value, iron. And what happens in another case? If not m, we can recommend calcium. So, what's happened? We can use built-in formula. It's a logical statement if, and logical test. If content of this cell is m, if true, and if it's true, we can recommend iron. In another case, we can recommend calcium. It's a syntax of if statement. If else statement. And click enter to apply and propagate it down. As you can see, depending on gender, we have different recommendation. Iron for men and calcium for women in each case. So, it's an just example for exact matching. But we can also use some statement like bigger, lower, bigger or equal, greater equal, lower equal, and so on. Just for demonstration. For example, we have a situation, we have to make a decision. This person is tall or not tall. For this, we can use if statement with comparison. Click enter to apply and propagate it down. So, this statement help us to make decision if this person is tall or not, automatically calculated. And we can combine this statement as well. For example, we can give some recommendation depending for gender, mass, and height. Just for example, we can write down something like this. We can combine our statement if, and, or, and so on. For example, let's consider if we have a situation. We have a situation like this. For example, if we have a person, if this person is man and his weight is greater than 70 kilograms and his height is lower than 170 centimeters, lower or equal, we can recommend to visit a gym. In another case, keep it up. It's normal condition of this body. Click enter to apply, and we can see a recommendation. Propagate it's down, and we can see just for man. If it's man, just for man, just for man. But we can combine this statement as well. We can continue typing and insert another recommendation for women, just for example. To perform it, just insert this portion of code and replace this portion of code, and we can read it down. If this statement satisfies, return this. In another case, if another statement satisfies, and so on, we can chain it many times. So let's type statement like this. Click enter to apply and propagate it down. So what we have? We have a main if statement and nested one. As you can see, we have main if, first logical test, argument separator, semicolon. What's happened if true? If this logical test is true, we can drop this main gym. What does it mean? If you are man with a weight over 70 kilograms and with a height lower than 170 centimeters, just visit an male gym. So, and we replaced whole entire third argument by another if statement. We replace this argument by another if statement, and we chain our function, another statement, combined statement. And for example, if you are female with a weight over 60 kilograms, just hypothetically, and with a height lower than 165, visit an female gym, just for example. And this argument for all another cases. If you are normal condition, normal substitution man, just keep it out. And click enter to apply, and propagand it down, and we can see automatically calculated recommendation. Like this. So it's just for demonstration, we don't save it. But we focused our attention at the calculation of body mass indexes. So as you know, there is an classical one, ratio between weight in kilograms and squared height in square meters, and there is another approaches. It's so-called Broca formula and Robinson formula respectively. What about Broca formula of body mass index? We can calculate it here, and we can use this statement according to the recommendation. First of all, we have automatically detect an gender. For example, if man, what's happened in this case? If true, we can calculate this formula. Height minus 100, height picked up minus 100, and plus another portion. It's height minus 100 multiplied by 15%. And it's another portion of code. Height in centimeter picked up minus 100 multiplied by 15%. 15% is equal to the dot 15. And what happened in another case? If not man, if woman, almost the same, a little bit different, almost the same. It's a third argument. What happened if not M? If not M, if current record is not M, almost the same, but multiply by 10%, and click to apply, and propagand it down. So as you can see, there is combined logical statement formula to calculate this. And what about Robinson? Similar approaches. First of all, we have to automatically detect and gender. Similar approach for Robinson. First of all, we can detect and gender the same way if man is true. We can calculate second argument if true, this portion of code. And how we calculate this portion for each over 5 feet. Over 5 feet. Over 5 feet. We calculate it like this. In metrical units. And what happened if not man? This argument number 3. Calculate it similarly, but plus this portion over 5 feet. This portion over 5 feet. over 5 feet, over 5 feet. And click enter to apply, and propaganda is down. And similar to the classical body mass index, body weight index, classical canonical formula. It's ratio between mass and height in a squared meters. Propaganda is down. And we have to make some conclusion. We have a statements to make some conclusions depending on the value of BMI. We can use statement, nested if statement as well. For example, starting from greater value and by chain for the lower and lower value. For example, if we have a BMI index greater than 13, obese in this case, and another nested argument. If we have greater than 25, overweight, greater than 25, overweight. If greater than 20, it's normal. If greater than 20, it's normal. And for all other cases, it's overweight, obese. Underweight, it's underweight for all another cases. Click enter to apply, and propaganda is down. So, as you can see, we can use if-else statement in Microsoft Excel application as easy, and we have a sample, and we have already calculate body mass index and Broca and Robinson formulas included. See you next time.